Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. And in today's video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to heal the anxious attachment style. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, please do me a favor by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that little bell so you're notified for my newest content. So I had somebody reach out to me asking me to do a video about how I could help them heal their anxious attachment style if that was at all possible. And I can reassure you that your attachment style can be changed. It can be healed to a more secure attachment style. It takes time, it takes work. Before I get into that though, I think it's important to understand how the anxious attachment style was formed. Early on in childhood, your primary caregiver, whether your parent or somebody else, they were at some point inconsistent with the way that they showed you love and affection. They may have been really loving, but the love just wasn't there consistently. Now, this may not have been something that they were intentionally doing, because you don't know what you don't know. Take myself, for instance. My dad left when I was 3 years old, and he went to the military, so the way that we were able to spend time was very sparingly. He was often stationed out of town or across seas. So when he came into town, he would make sure he spent time with me. But in my mind, I would fear him leaving again. That type of style is what I eventually took later on into my romantic relationships. I would fear the same thing from my future spouses, because whenever I felt them pulling away, or if I felt them being angry with me, or it felt like they were losing interest in me, I would panic. Even when we were having the best times of our lives, when we were at some of the peak of our affection and love for each other, I would still panic because I felt, because I'm a recovering anxious attacher, I felt as if it was only a matter of time before they saw a flaw in me or they found somebody better than me. So I would pull them closer. And a lot of the times that pushed them even further away. The way that I pulled them close was an unhealthy way of pulling them close. I pulled them close by smothering them, trying to control what they did, manipulating them by trying to break up with them when I felt like they were going to break up with me, kind of like beat them to the punch. And a lot of those things were made up in my own head. So with that being said, let's get into how you can help heal yourself and become a more secure attachment style. The first thing you need to do is learn to be able to self-soothe yourself more in relationships. So when things are a little bit rocky, or you don't hear back from your spouse when you need to, or you get into an argument, or you're just going through some issues, it's important to be able to soothe yourself and not have to rely on your spouse to make you feel comfortable. Anxious attachers have a hard time feeling fulfilled within themselves. So they turn to the spouse or to external things to help make them feel comfortable within their own skin. They may need people to self-validate them. Say they may have won an award or created the latest software. They need pats on the back, and they need to constantly ask people for validation, because they don't feel as if they're worthy of any good. So a good thing to do is to validate yourself. Don't ask people for their opinion on anything. Just believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and try not to turn to other people for their input on something. Know that what you're doing and what you've done, what you've created, is great. Now, I know it sounds really simplistic in the way that I'm explaining it, but it'll be a good place to start. If you're in a romantic relationship, you need to prompt yourself when those thoughts are getting out of control, because they can spiral really fast. Just a little seed of doubt, a little seed of insecurity can grow really rapidly in an anxious attacher's mind. And it could have no sense of truth to it at all, because we continue those stories. Like we're actually pretty good at making up the worst case scenario for when somebody is pulling away from us. Another way that really helped me out was finding a purpose, doing something where I can channel that energy, because we obsess over things. And if you found a purpose that you can feel fulfilled in and can focus a lot of your energies on, that'll be huge. So find your purpose, which is hard in itself. We wake up every day and we pray to God to keep our family safe, keep us healthy, and to help us find our purpose. So whatever it is that lights you up, makes you feel as if this is the reason you were put on this earth, then find that. Because when you're single or you're feeling as if your spouse is pulling away from you, you can turn your attention towards that, and it'll give you that same feeling of fulfillment that you would turn to your spouse for when you are needing that emotional high. Because literally that's what it does. You feel an emotional high when that person is close to you, when they're giving you love and affection. And it's exhausting for other people because they don't want to have to be that person all the time. So be able to prompt yourself when you feel those thoughts going out of control. Tell yourself that this is just the anxious in me. Whether it has any validity to it at all, you need to understand that you can't control what people do. If people are going to cheat on you, if people are going to leave you, let them. You don't need them to make you a whole person. When people say, that's my better half, I don't really like that statement, because we're all whole beings journeying together. And if you ask somebody else to join you on that journey, that's just a bonus. It's not what's going to complete you. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share. If you want to follow me on my other social media accounts, my Twitter is going to be below. My Instagram is below. And also, take the quiz. See what your attachment style is, and I'd be interested to talk about that in the comment section. Until next time, thank you guys, and talk to you soon.